You wake up alone in the woods. Fog still clings to the ground, your fire's burned out, and just outside your tent is a footprint. Huge, deep, fresh, and absolutely not yours. You want to cast it, but you can't. Not yet. Because in this game, you need to earn your evidence. This is Devlog 3 of Among the Sierra Nevada, a cryptid survival investigation game I'm creating with my kids. Instead of just consuming games, I want my kids to learn how to build one, and you're invited to build it with us. Today, we're stepping off the trail into real Bigfoot lore, broken cabins and hidden maps, because sometimes the scariest thing isn't what you see, it's what's watching you. In Among the Sierra Nevada, collecting evidence isn't just as simple as clicking inspect. You'll need the right tools: plaster, water, wood planks, hammer and nails, even a small shovel. You'll find those materials later, but for now, you just stare. You take it in, because this is the moment it starts to feel real. And it's not the first time someone heard something out here. In the 1970s, a man named Ron Morehead and his hunting group were staying at a remote camp in the Sierra Nevada mountains. In the very mountains our game takes place. One night, they started recording. What they captured would become known as the Sierra Sounds, a series of whoops, growls, grunts, and what some believe is a language. Not just animalistic roars, but an intelligent pattern, rhythm, repetition, even exchange. They claim the sounds came from an 8 to 10 foot tall upright figure who circled their camp but never fully revealed themselves. You can hear the tension in their voices on the tapes, part fear, part awe.
This all began for me in 1971 when I was invited into the camp where these guys have been experiencing a strange phenomenon. And first they thought it was bears coming around, but then the camp had been there since the 50s, and these guys knew this thing they were experiencing up there was not a bear. They were experiencing these horrific sounds around the camp, and anyway, it was a nightly thing, and I started going up there. And 8 miles in the wilderness, a very imposing area in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. And it's 8,400 feet in elevation, so you can't get in there in the wintertime. Snow loads too much. So we usually go in the springtime and until deer season. It's a hunting camp, and nobody up there was looking for Bigfoot. It just really wasn't that way.
It's one of the most compelling pieces of Bigfoot evidence ever recorded, and it inspired parts of this game, especially the idea that sometimes you know you're being watched, even if you can't see what's out there. So after spotting that footprint, the trail continues uphill. It's supposed to lead to the lookout tower, but just before the final incline, the brush parts and a side trail veers right, almost like this is where the original trail ended. And there it is, the cabin, the first outpost for the Rangers in the early years. I didn't want this to be a usable shelter. I wanted it to feel like something happened here, and whoever lived here left in a hurry. So I brought in an old cabin model, but I didn't stop there. I dragged in a massive Sequoia tree, duplicated it, and then merged it with the cabin mesh. I used it like a blade, cutting out tree-shaped holes in the roof and the walls. Then I built the aftermath. Collapsed the roof, plywood, and tin curled like paper. Furniture splintered and thrown. Chimney rocks scattered across the forest floor, textured to match and placed in the exact path a tree would have hit. Later in the game, you'll learn the truth. Something ripped that tree out of the ground and used it like a battering ram. Inside, you'll find something that feels a little out of place. A painting, still hanging on the wall. It's the same painting that inspired this game in its art direction. Rolling fog, distant peaks, trees that feel too quiet. This is Albert Bierstadt's Among the Sierra Nevada. I actually have this very painting in my study. There's something about that painting that captures the pure grandeur of nature, the wildlife, the waterfalls, the god rays of light that peek through the clouds. One word describes that image for me: majesty. It elevates my mind to worship and wonder of God and His creation. Wouldn't that painting look nice in your study? As the game nears release, we have plans to offer this painting and more as prizes for the winners of various contests, online scavenger hunts, and contributors to the game. Eventually, you'll be able to pick up that painting in-game, flip it over, and tape to the back a map of the mines, the labs beneath the lake, the truth underground. If you look closely at the banner image I created for our YouTube page, I've hidden clues to the cryptids our game will have. There's more in this game than just Bigfoot. Their origins are all different and their goals just as otherworldly. Go ahead and peruse that banner image of Among the Sierra Nevada and tell us in the comments what other creatures lurk in these mountains. Be discreet though. Your hidden cryptid challenge is in the description of this video. Inside the first drawer of the busted dresser, you'll find an old spare key to the lookout tower. It won't help you yet, but when you reach the tower, that key unlocks your second save point, a more secure, elevated place to rest. That is, if you can make it up there. This part of California isn't just the home to the Sierra Sounds. It's also where Justin Smeja claimed to have shot a Bigfoot.
In October of 2010, I was bear hunting with a friend of mine up in the Sierras. It was a day just like any other. There was one area that we knew that we liked from the beginning, and we said, yeah, we're gonna go here and we're gonna kill something here, for sure. We came around the corner and we're driving, we look into this open meadow and we see this creature. Me and my buddy saw it at the same time. He slams on the brakes. Maybe for the first second or two, I did think it was a bear. And then I looked and I saw that it was on two legs. I was just sitting there nervous looking at this thing thinking this is a monster. 7.5 to 8 feet tall, around 600 pounds. A couple seconds go by, I decide that I'm gonna kill it. And I shot it about right here, just on the top of its rib. It fell to the ground immediately. You could see the impact, you could see the dust come off of it. They have very human-like features. Their eyes had whites in them. They looked awful lot like Manu. I shot a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch.
According to his account, he was hunting in the northern Sierra Nevada, northeast of here. He said he saw a large upright creature and fired, then claimed to have shot a second, a juvenile. DNA results were inconclusive and full of conspiracy theories, but his story, however controversial, adds to the mythos of this region. Something about these forests feels different. Stories echo here, and if even a fraction of them are true, you've got the key, you've got the trail, you've seen the first signs, now you just need to survive the night. Some people are too afraid to go deep into the forest at night. Others can't anymore due to age, injury, or illness. And Among the Sierra Nevada, we're bringing the forest to them. Next time, we climb to the lookout tower. I explain where our story begins and why our main character is out here alone. We begin to share the lore of our game, which I'm most excited about. Among the Sierra Nevada, the view is breathtaking, but so is what's watching you. Subscribe to keep following the trail. Drop a comment if you've ever heard of the Sierra Sounds or the Sierra Kills. Let me know, what would you hide inside this old cabin? When you find the 3 hidden cryptids in the banner page for Among the Sierra Nevada, post the first letters of those cryptids' names in the comments. We don't want to give it away entirely.